What's up, guys? This is Don here with Yu-Gi-Oh Gaming Channel, back with my deck profile for you guys. It's a Marincess deck profile update. So without too much more, we're gonna hop right into this deck profile, show you guys the improvements that I made on the deck while playing it at my locals, and just to show you the spice that I've been working on. Without too much more, if you guys ain't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, leave a thumbs up. Great video. Let's hop right into it, guys. So the deck still is pretty good. I just took it to my locals last week. I obviously played really rusty, so when you guys watch these videos showing me play through the tournament, don't be so critical, because I know I made a lot of misplays. But let's just hop right into it. Still running the 3 Blue Tang. Obviously, these are the cards that make your combos. I mean, more or less, the ratios in this deck are what you want to put in your own Marincess deck. Obviously, this deck is still consistent, and it's definitely a factor out there. So, running 3 Marincess Spring Grill. Now, this deck is brought to you by Sensei Aaron. Has been teaching me a little bit here and there with this deck, and just giving me the spice to integrate into it. So I'm not familiar with everything that's in this deck, but I know I played it decent. Ending record was ending 2 win, 2 loss, and 1 draw. The draw was against Marincess Sensei for the last bout. 3 Seahorse, and 2 Marincess Passless. For the 1-ups, we got 1 Sleepy. I kind of want to bump up the Mandarin. I got 1 Mandarin here. It's just situational. Definitely taking out the Basil, or whatever I forget her name. I get tongue twisted saying her name, so we're just gonna leave it at that. But we're in 1 of her. And for the engine that I did notice that I didn't even see too much of during the games, but when it does come up, it's very consistent. The Ice Jade ran Algorand. She's pretty good. It's definitely worth running or looking into if you're playing this deck. 2 Sea Nettle, the Barrier Statue. Still, for my version, I'm still running the 1 Pink. You know, that card just comes up and it just makes things happen. Or make them activate cards to make it happen. But let's just hop into the hand traps. We're running 1 Nib for the cross out target, 2 Ash Blossoms, 2 Ghost Bell, 2 Ghost Ogre, 2 Effect Veiler. That's basically it for the hand traps. Now on to the spells and traps. We're running 3 Marincess Dive. Card basically gives you anything when you have your field spell out. Not anything, literally, just the cards that you need to extend furthermore. I mean, it'll pull out a pass list out of the deck, special summon from hand. You already know these combos if you're watching this deck profile. More or less. 2 cross out designators, which, you know, this card is mandatory. Honestly, I would like to probably bump it back up to 3, but at 2 I still see it, so it's not bad. Running the 2 Battle Ocean for the field spell. Still a good card. Definitely don't think it's good at 1. It's more or less good at 2. I don't see it being any less than that. Running 1 Link Into the Reins. About this card, I don't know if I want to run that past this format, or past this, basically past this this deck profile update here, because it's okay, but it's probably not needed as much as it was when I had first started using it. Running 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Call By to round it up for the spells. Now we're moving on to the traps. Still running the 2 Marincess Wave, because you already know you can search that card. That's a searchable imperm, so and it also protects your field, so you actually do pretty good when you have that level link 3 on the board and activate Wave. And to round it up for the traps and for this deck, it'll be the 2 Infinite Impermanents. Still running those just because, you know, you want to stop your opponent from activating as much stuff as you can so that you can proceed to combo off or towers off for the follow-up. But from what I've been conversating with the sensei on this, he says going second Marincess is probably strong. I don't know if I want to go into that variant, but you know, that's to be seen for the future. All right, moving on to the extra deck. Running for the extra, we're running that Ice Jade, Glamour, Aggron. These are cards. This card is nutty. When I first got introduced to this card, playing against one of my buddies at the locals, I didn't know, like, the way it was worded, it didn't seem like it does what it do, but it does pretty good. It's a good card. And I also want to give you guys a heads up here, because I am going to be giving you the plays, you know, the videos of me playing at my locals. Obviously, I was rusty, so prepare for that one. I haven't touched Marincess in a while. I've been actually running other decks just to do it. But running one totally awesome, we already know that basics. The one behind my shark, just to get to the totally. One Stealth Kraken, which the card is still pretty good. Running the Zoolantis, the Zlantis. I tell you, this card, I didn't know what it does and how good it was until I realized that all I need to do is make a link 4, and that's all you have to do to bring him out. You can literally just tribute that link 4 and bring him out and get his effect off. It's pretty broken. Marincess Great Bubble Reef. One Aqua Argonaut. One Marbled Rock. One Coral Triangle. And the thing that I want to say about this, I'm running this at 1, but honestly, to tell you the truth, you're gonna want that at 2. There's no reason. Like, I noticed that I was coming up with a lot of plays to where I couldn't go into a second Argonaut or an enemy, not Argonaut, but going into a second enemy when I needed it, because I didn't have a second one in there. There was times where they evenly matched me, this gets banished, and you just don't have that follow-up to recur. Running 1 Crystal Heart, 2 Sea Angel, and to round it up for the extra deck, the 2 Blue Slug. So this deck is pretty consistent. I think that more or less I need to figure out a way to incorporate back that second anemone, and it'll be perfect. All right, for the side deck, to show you guys what I was running during that tournament, that I'll be showing you these duels afterwards. You know, I'll be posting them periodically. I'll give you guys the play-by-play. You'll see it. You'll basically see me playing in a tournament with it, and playing pretty bad, I must say. But it wasn't too bad. It was bad enough. But running 2 Nib, we already know Nib is a problem still. He's just there. That's one of them cards. This card I seen was pretty nutty. The 3 Artifact Lancia, especially going up against those Dragon Links. That was a game that I didn't actually get to go, or didn't pull the card, so I couldn't actually do too much about my opponent comboing off. 3 Gozen Match, which I noticed was pretty good. Still, this card I'm not too sure, but the sensei showed me otherwise. The White Howling at 3, that card is still pretty good, but honestly, it's neither here nor there. It's a hit and miss for me. The 1 Master Restrict, because there's still Flunder players out there, people. But honestly, I think I want to up that back up, but I'm not too for sure. And for the back row hate, we're running the 2 Twin Twister and the 1 Harpies Feather Duster to round up for this deck profile, people. I thank you guys for tuning in, and If you ain't subscribed, like I said, please subscribe. Leave a thumbs up for me. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
It's all that, yeah, I show.